Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Oh my God, the trials and tribulations of Starcast.
Just FYI, just scroll down to number 87. Domo.
Is that what happened?
I mean. Yes, just scroll down. It just
oh, there it is. Okay.
I appear to be a floating, disembodied yellow face.
You are a floating yellow disembodied face.
That's right.
It's okay.
Welcome, everybody. Yeah, we're having some technical issues. BoredGamer, his camera went full potato mode and decided to leave.
Well, actually, Geek said that my face wasn't pretty enough for his stream with all these other fabulous faces.
Gorgeous.
I don't have enough of a beard.
Gorgeous.
That'd have been too much sexiness, too, on one screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You can break the internet, I've heard.
We
Yeah,
did.
but Kim Kardashian ain't got shit on us in these beards. So,
No. But I think she does have a beard. She probably just trims it.
And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people going to razz on me because, you know, if you notice, mine's kind of light.
Yeah, but you shaved it 15 minutes ago, so give it some time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Starcast. What we're going to do is we have a whole new format, and we're going to talk about everything in just a few minutes. But first off, the show's only an hour tonight, so we're going to try to scoot through our stuff quickly. So we did start late, so hopefully we'll be able to pick that up. It's going to be available on iTunes. That's why we're only doing an hour show. Also, on the right side of the screen, you'll see that we have a way for us to keep up with the topics that we're going over. So once we switch topics, I'll be able to tab through them, and you guys can check this out later on YouTube and be able to just quickly skip ahead to the good stuff because we're going to talk about some not so good stuff probably in the beginning here once we get going. Gio's volume is very low.
It is? Okay, let me turn that shit
Turn
up.
that shit up, Gio.
All right. Let me see.
It's only low relative to what Gio normally is in his videos.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's the thing. People
There you
used
go,
to.
see? Too much epicness. Let me see. How about now?
Oh, that sounds
God.
this is loud.
Whoa.
It's powerful.
Holy
Lower?
shit.
How about now?
It's like that Death Star blowing up that wallet of money like usual.
That's full Gio. That's good. That's good. That's good volume.
That's good. Okay. Right there. Okay.
The video in the lower right is the Gamescom. We're going to be talking about that first, so I just have it playing. It's 2 hours long, so we'll just leave it going for a little bit. Much better. Much better. Awesome. Welcome, everybody, and I want to welcome our guests tonight. So we have Clifford, a.k.a. Miku. You knew he was going to be here, and he is. Hi, Cliffy.
Hey.
And we got GioGetMoney. He was getting money, but now he got it.
Yeah, just got it now.
He's
And
got
he's-
it.
Spent it.
And a mini domo. Look, I got the same headphones.
Same
and beard
headphones.
Like
Look at that. We're brothers from another mother.
Right. Right, baby.
And
Let's roll.
father.
And we also got GrayheadedGamer down below, the infamous
Hello, guys.
video creator of the Star Citizen stuff. And then we got
Yes, sir.
BoredGamer, who's just really an avatar.
This is
No,
actually
that's actually
pre-recorded.
what he looks like.
This is Geek Domo using a voice box because they couldn't actually get me.
A sound card.
Yeah, it's 5:20 on December the 23rd.
So we're gonna do this right now, guys. I made a calendar, and if you type in ! Starcast in the chat, it'll come up with a link to the calendar, and that calendar will be updated for whenever the show is going to be changing and stuff. So, yeah, stock
Is it a Mayan calendar?
What's that?
Is it a Mayan calendar?
It is. That's why it's circular.
Nice.
Yeah, it is
High tech.
very high tech.
Very.
All right. Well, let's get started because we're really far behind. And so our first segment we're going to go over is called Spectrum Flash, which is the news.
Pew pew pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
And
And
let's
that's
put some sound effects in.
I need to get some
Spare
sound
no
effects. Yeah. Yeah. Should have some,
Spectrum Flash.
and then we're going to
Yes, so, I mean, what's on everyone's mind, I'm assuming, is the Gamescom presentation. It was absolutely fantastic. We had a little bit of the social module, we had a little bit of the FPS module, and we had those multi-crew demos. And they were absolutely beautiful. We got to see Aaron Roberts get shot by his teammate while his brother was screaming at him to throw down gadgets, and he couldn't because he was so inept at playing a first-person shooter. That's what I like to see. And then we got to see some of the exploration locations, and then the biggest thing for me in the whole of the Star Citizen's history
Yes.
was the multi-crew mission that they did. and
Amazing.
So
they
sexy.
had to do it twice. That's how amazing it was.
And it proves
Right.
it was live too. That's what's awesome about that whole double play.
Exactly. They overshot it and killed the frickin' Retaliator too much.
But isn't that great that they show that engine actually has damage states? They damaged its jump drive too much.
Hell yeah.
That's great. That's go. Well, can you not do that again, guys?
I
Because
was really. That's the thing. I was so excited that actually happened that I was like, yes, yeah, like that's cool. Don't bitch, Chris. Just let that happen because that's more organic. I was really cool with that.
Yeah.
they did.
And much different than everyone else's like demos they do. They always do recorded demos. That was the best thing they could have done, if you ask me.
Well, a couple of things were scripted, like the Idris at the end, but
Yeah.
we got to see an updated asset at least.
Right.
Even though it was quite a lot fatter than I expected. That Idris, it's got so wide.
It looks
She
stubby.
said.
Are you talking about
Balls.
Aaron?
You can't
Already,
say
what?
that.
5 minutes in, and we're already.
I'm
that's a
sorry.
joke?
I'm sorry. Look, I'm fat, so we can talk.
So obviously those demos were amazing. There was lots happening there. We'll talk about that after the show, probably in the chat a lot, I'm assuming, because people will be like, it's amazing. But one of the other things they unveiled, and another big thing for a lot of players, was the SciTech or SciTech HOTASes. And we've got two different flavors here. We've got a mid-range one and a top-end model, and with lots of trackballs. Now, Clifford, you are more of a HOTAS person than me. So are trackballs, are balls all you need?
Do you need balls?
At least two of them, which just has two.
Not gonna have too many balls, you ask me.
Well, this is all adhering to them trying to cater to the folks of the gimbal weapon debate. You know, me seeing trackballs on a HOTAS, I'm just like sitting here. Okay, well, you look on the joystick, and the joystick of the HOTAS has the trackball right there next to the hat switch, and you're just like, would that actually work? I would think it would be more cumbersome trying to scroll one of your weapons, because it depends. The smaller the ball, the more you have to, roll it
Roll
to
around,
get it to go across, to get it across the screen versus the old-fashioned track balls, which were a lot bigger, which I used to mess with back in the early days of high school. That you need the bigger track balls because you cover more ground with it. You wouldn't have to roll it as much.
I got so many ball jokes right now. I'm gonna just.
A lot of giggity right now.
You
say
can
that.
just let them loose. Just take those balls and free them.
If we have a
Miku
ball
played
off
with
at the
big
end,
balls in high school. That's all I know.
I seriously though, in the Navy, we did have balls, lots of them, at the consoles, and you would use. They were great big, like those magic 8-ball things you turn over to look and think. They were like that size built in the console. And Clifford's right; they were weighted really heavily, so they had a lot of, big heavy balls are really good for aiming.
All right, we got football, soccer ball, baseball, and the golf ball. That's a lot of balls right there in this trophy.
That is
so
good.
Clifford, even if it's reasonably priced, and it's all that you wanted in a HOTAS from what they've shown us, are you going to buy one? Or is this a silly question?
I'll
to
answer
ask you?
for him. Yeah, what are you kidding me? This thing's gonna cost $1,000, and Clifford's gonna have two of them just because he needs one on each hand.
Look, here's my wallet.
Well, if you look at it, okay, the original voting, they voted, I think it was around $250 range, okay? Now, this is a loophole for them because then they're saying, okay, well, here's the run-of-the-mill, the three brands we offer that are in the $200 range, which was the single stick with the little bitty, throttle right beside the joystick. They can offer that at $200 and saying, okay, but the people who want more, now we can cash in, here's the one with the actual LCD,
It's a
possible
touchscreen
touchscreen.
OLED.
Yeah,
no, it's been confirmed. It is a touchscreen OLED.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
odd.
In our TV, it was a confirmed, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I got to throw my wallet again for that one. God
Dude,
damn,
you know this fucking thing's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, you figure anything with touchscreen, it's got to be at least $500 to $600.
At least. And here's the other thing I want to show everybody in the audience. This is from SciTech, which I'm kind of glad they went with them. Because I'm a space trucker, I'm more interested in a yoke. But SciTech has got this yoke system where they have these little modules that snap on top, and they're LCD panels. Oh, great. They're LCD panels.
Someone's calling.
I know, right? Perfect timing. Hold on. Talk amongst yourself.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and continue on this. But
Yeah,
you know, a lot of people when they were looking at the more expensive X65 base HOTAS setup there, they were just looking at the joystick and below it, they were looking at that screen right there because obviously that draws your eye to it because you can see it's the retaliator and it's showing like one piece of the panel, like if there's a damage state happening there, and it shows you the shields on the little bit of the left of the screen and the different configurations. Many people just took that as like just a lithograph or a picture that's underneath a plexiglass deal just for show. So they haven't confirmed if that's the actual screen where they're going to place it because this is all concept. It's not set in stone. But the one that drawed the most to me was the actual throttle. If you look at the throttle and look at the switches in front of the throttle, there's a screen right beside it. You can only see partial of the screen. But there's a plexiglass screen right there.
That's what I was trying to explain. I'm sorry, I got to get the phone cut off. But they're known for these sort of modular systems that you can just keep adding stuff onto. And I'm just hoping that they kind of go with these ones here, which are more built for general aviation. But, if they have, like, it looks like the boxy thing that you're talking about, Clifford, on the left, might have these sort of flat spot on it that you could mount these other things and then also have the LCD panel that you're talking about there.
but it must be stated that these are, as Clifford said, early prototypes, and they might not look anything like them. They said that they probably weren't working, and that's why they were in the big domes. And they could be totally different after what they refer to as open development process that they're going to be going through to develop these products.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the one that was in the actual bowl was the lower end HOTAS, one of the lower end ones. And then also, I can tell you right now from me talking to other people, the one where they showed the modular system, where they showed, you could attach a HOTAS to a keyboard and it had one of those, the throttle on the other end of it. Though the Mad Catz keyboards have a really, really bad rap of being really super crappy.
I'm not going to get a Mad Cat keyboard. I'll get this, but yeah.
Their controllers are shit too, even from like the old fucking Nintendo days. Like I had some shitty controllers for them, like Xbox, Nintendo, everything. The Mad Catz is horrible.
But Cytec is good. Like I've had some pretty good success with Cytec.
That's the problem there.
Yeah.
Cytec was an awesome company. Then Mad Catz bought them.
Got bought out.
And their quality dropped as soon as that buyout happened.
Well, no, they provide different ranges for different things. Mad Catz were always a more budget thing for people that didn't have enough money to buy something good.
But the one bad issue that was harping on a lot of people when they heard Cytec, that they were going with Cytec. I'm glad Cytec's wanting to work with Chris Roberts and make the HOTAS to their specifications, or meet the needs that they want. But the reason why a lot of people were skeptical of the Cytec was because the X55 Rhino had so much quality control issues when the initial rollout of them came out.
Yeah, the initial rollout. They got better.
Yeah,
they did, because mine's running just fine, to be honest. Like I heard a lot of complaints, but it had like 3 stars on Newegg or something. But I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a test run. I've been happy with them ever since.
Yeah,
just like some things could be rearranged, though, if you ask me.
And what people aren't seeing is that this high end one they're showing is actually die cast metal versus the full plastic one that they've offered.
The X65 base and all is the one thing that's got me intrigued, because the X65 next to the Warthog is the best HOTAS on the market, if you ask me. Pressure sensitive and all that aside, it is one of the best quality.
I feel like I would snap that damn thing. Yeah.
I love the X52. It's just great.
Me too. Yeah, mine broke after years of playing with it. So.
And that was pre-Mad Catz X52.
Yeah.
So that shows you they can do it. And like they said, they're doing an open development, and they're going to listen to the community, address our issues. So they might roll out something completely to blow our minds. So we definitely need to give them a shot, I guess.
Well, we know Domo likes to play with his sticks for years.
I do, yeah. Then they break, and I put epoxy on them, and then they...
He can't be too rough with your stick now.
We could literally talk about Domo's stick all day, but instead of that, let's move on with some news.
Let's move on with the news, yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So I just wanted to briefly update people on the release schedule for modules and that sort of stuff up until CitizenCon, so up until October 10th this year. So we're going to have patch 1.1.7, which will be the next patch coming out, which will fix a variety of issues and add some secret things to the game that I don't know about yet. But I was told 1.1.7 is next, and it will be the next major-ish update to Arena Commander. And then we're going to have the social module, or what is being coined the Persistent Universe version 0. That's going to be before the end of this month.
Can't wait.
That's going to be absolutely great. We're going to start running around. We're going to possibly not be able to invite each other to hangars. because they said that might be in a later time, but we're going to be able to run around ArcCorp together, and that means for content providers, we're going to start to get some social stuff and some actual gameplay footage that makes sense for stories and things.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And then we've got the FPS module, or Star Marine, whatever you want to call it. That's going to be before CitizenCon, tentatively. I mean, it's always going to be tentatively. Everyone says 2 weeks. We've always been saying 2 weeks for the last 4 months.
And even Chris Roberts stated not once but twice, even to the news outlets, and even on during Gamescom, September.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll have to hope and wait and see for that. And then we've got Arena Commander 2.0. Now, they said this is on the road to CitizenCon on the release schedule, suggesting that it may be ready before CitizenCon. I wouldn't hold my breath on that because there must be some issues there. Look at the Retaliator versus the Constellation. It was beautiful, but there's got to be some hellish issues.
Absolutely.
It's double precision, right?
Yep.
Right.
2.0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were flying on the bigger map there.
Yep.
Bigger map is like an understatement of the year.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you're flying on regular systems, 2 hours from one end to the other.
That's with the fastest ship.
yeah.
Yeah. And then one of the other major things that's come out recently, and what we're going to start seeing a lot of, is modular sales. So we had the Retaliator modular system sale.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of random modules and a base Retaliator, which was empty of torpedo bays, came with LTI and the ability to put random modules, suitable modules inside it, such as dropship module, living quarters, lots of different things, so that instead of just buying variants, you can now buy modules to make your ship into whatever role you wanted it.
Which is pretty cool.
It must be stated that variants are different to modules.
Right.
They said that's going to end the variants, though.
No, it's not. It's not the
Nope.
death of variants. Variants
What's the
are
point of
different
them, though?
hulls.
If you think
it's
about it, like, what's the point?
It's a different hull. So
Yeah.
in the case of a
Oh.
Starfarer Gemini compared to a Starfarer, they are different hulls. So they might have different modules and different hardpoints.
That makes sense.
Well, the earlier variants, it wasn't that much difference. Like, you look at the Cutlass, it wasn't that much difference except for the insides.
Yes, that might have been a case of having modules over variants, but we'll have to
Gotcha.
see whether they change that around.
And I think the modular system will help out like the connies. Like a lot of people love the exploration connie with the rounded bubble front. So
yeah, I like
yeah,
that. Was my favorite one.
Yes.
The tequila.
Yeah, so I could see them eventually heavily using this modular system on the connies, so that way, now you can choose what front you want, you can choose what midsection you want, you can choose the rear, what type of attachments you want, So I can see the modular system being the right way to go as far as like instead of having all these different types of variants, have one good basic hull and then throw a bunch of modules out there and let people pick and choose.
Now, BoredGamer, didn't they say they have another half dozen or so modules coming for the Retaliator?
Yes, they do. They have a lot in the pipeline. So they were talking about mining modules and stuff like that, e-warfare suites.
Medical.
Yeah, medical
Nice.
stuff. And also
I'm glad
that
you
some
guys
of these
said that.
modules...
And
Some of these
power armor.
modules...
Yeah, and power
Oh my
armor
god!
charging
Oh yeah,
stations.
the Titan armor power charging stations. Oh my god! But also that some of these modules will be interchangeable between different hulls. So you might be able to get modules to sort of like some of the living quarters that might also be able to be put into a Cutlass, for example.
Nice.
But we'll have to see how that evolves again because we don't have enough info on that. But with that in mind, we've got ship sales and hangar-ready ships that are going to be ready before CitizenCon. We're looking at the Endeavour to start with. That's the science and research platform, which will also be available, assuming with a module rather than a variant, to be able to upgrade it to the Hope-class hospital.
Gio's waving his wallet. That thing is what, like $800 or something?
Well, I'm assuming it's going to be about 550 is what I
550.
assume.
Okay.
I gotta hide this motherfucker. Hold on. That's somewhere. Get away from me.
It's something that I would melt the Idris for. I'm
Yeah, the
genuinely
Hope, the
thinking
Hope
about.
class, man, that's gonna be awesome. The medical version.
Yeah,
And
well,
that-
It
does
is.
that
That's
come
gonna
with
be
the?
dope.
I mean, that's great. That's a great thing for an org to have because then you could. I don't know about this for sure, but could you set your spawn point to be on the ship?
Well, I think so. I think that's one of the things. So you're going to be able to have that sort of customizability where you can respawn there, but also you can set them up as factories so you can have your ships being built there and repaired there, stuff like that. It's going to be a big platform as a base.
In reality, you're not supposed to do that according to the Geneva Convention. So I don't know what kind of convention we have in this year in space, but if the ship is for medical, then that it doesn't use. It's supposed to be immune from getting attacked. Like you're not supposed to attack it.
Yeah.
As a medical
I don't
ship.
think the Vandal give a shit.
I mean, Vandal probably don't, so maybe that's the case. But what I'm thinking is you know, it's great for an org to have. So if you're going to be going and raiding Bengal or something like that, you could have a couple of these on the outsides where people could be respawning, and then if they have ships inside, they can get right back in the fight again. Because normally you'd be spawning back on Terra or wherever the hell, you know, you started off from.
I'm assuming that they're going to be pretty slow. I'm assuming that people are going to also have them as giant space casinos and strip bars.
Inside?
Wait,
Good times.
I'm coming to Gio's strip club. I know
Right.
you're gonna have one.
Oh, you know it.
That'd be awesome.
Don't tell my wife though, please.
But then after the Endeavour strip club, we also have the Crucible, which is basically the universe's toolbox. It's going to be a medium-ish sized, and that is, I'm assuming it's a medium sized from all the information that I read, kind of repair ship that constructs little buildings and stuff and lattices in space to be able to repair other ships. It's a very supporty ship.
Awesome.
And then we've got the Vanguard variants. Now, I'm assuming that's not modular at all. I literally assume they're going to be different hulls. And that's probably the only concept sales that we're going to have before CitizenCon. And then, before CitizenCon, the next hangar-ready ships we're likely to have are the Herald and the Xi'an Scout. So that's
Well,
going to be...
the small ones. I at some point, I'd really like to see a ship bigger than the Constellation in my hangar, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are currently working on bigger
Yeah, they're
hangars.
working on that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's one of these things for a long time. We've been getting all these little ships, but it'd be nice to have a big one.
Yeah.
I think the Starfarer is gonna be the first big ship that we get in hangar.
Probably.
Yeah, I can see that. But so the most recent patch, 1.1.6 and 1.1.6a, what are your guys' experiences with that? Because for me, it's been entirely cursed. It is literally the
crashes.
cursed patch.
Yeah.
Connection crap. Crap
I
sheet,
tried playing
basically.
it. I really did. I gave it a shot.
I tried getting the glaive achievement, the 18 rounds, and we tried that probably 6 times or so. And every time we'd get either around 4 or 5, maybe even 6 out.
Yeah, trust me.
crash.
During CitizenCon, I was with Source, and he was helping us to get the glaive, and we just each one of us disconnected, except him. He seemed to have the lucky rabbit's foot because he didn't disconnect once, but all the rest of us kept disconnecting about 5 to 8 times during that one play session.
Yeah, that was one of the worst contests to have on that alpha.
Yeah.
The way it crashed.
Bad idea.
And take,
Yeah.
I literally, like, for if you think I'm lying, it took me like somewhere between 7 to 10 hours. Some of it was on my end. My router was acting stupid, but most of it was Star Citizen. I was frustrated all night trying to get that damn thing, dude. But it was fun. I met a lot of cool people, and it just goes to show you how this game's going to be when you get in a persistent universe and just link up with people and have a good time. So that was a good part to see about it, but that was a bad contest to have, especially only having 1,000.
But it's
Yeah.
okay, guys, because they released patch 1.1.6a, which did absolutely nothing.
Nothing
Yeah,
else.
it did. Yeah, absolutely. I
fixed-
heard it didn't fix
it
the
fixed my
problem
account.
people trying
Yes.
to get in it.
Yes.
It was
It fixed my account corruption bug. It did fix that, but everything else, including the balance changes that it was supposed to do, did not exist. They weren't in the XML files. They didn't actually change. So I'm not really sure what happened there. Possibly just literally a misclick. But who knows? So we're going to get 1.1.6b at some point, I'm assuming.
When they start adding the letters to it, when they start doing that shit.
Probably because they're just small.
Whole new world. So
Yeah.
we're in the future, Gio. We're in the future.
Living the now.
Ahead of me.
living in the future.
And the only other reasonable thing in the news that we're not covering later is anyone can get into Star Citizen now by applying the Gamescom code.
I got
It's
2
not like-
friends from work.
Yeah, you can drive all the ships, all the ships other than the Glaive and the Scythe, get chucked in your hangar, everything that's currently flyable, and you can play until the 24th, 25th, and anyone can join. They don't even need any form of game package at all. So get your friends, get your wife, get your children.
Why was I able to fly the Scythe in the hangar a couple
Are you
days ago?
Imperium?
What's that?
Yeah, a
Are
subscriber.
you an
Yeah,
Imperium
yeah.
subscriber?
That's why.
Oh, okay.
You just get it.
Forever?
Ha!
Well, in rep.
No.
That'd be too damn good.
in
Now,
the-
everybody would be subscribers then.
Yeah.
You get it if you're a subscriber. It's limited, I think, 7 in-game days, basically.
No,
Like you don't have to pay.
No. I think they changed it. I think Imperator Prime subscribers now just get it permanently for rec. As in they don't.
It
have to
is
spend
in
rec.
rec.
They
I've
get
got
it
so
for
much fucking
digital.
rec. I got like 1 billion rec or something. It's
A
ridiculous.
billion?
It's a lot. I
So,
got-
so do they still have to pay rec to fly it though?
No, I don't think so.
I
think
never
they
did, I just
get
picked it.
They
Yeah.
changed it twice, and then last time I saw anything about it was they're just getting it on their accounts, not permanently, but to fly in Arena Commander. Arena
Yeah.
Command only. They don't get free. They don't get free ones.
Okay, because the last time I heard was on Imperator or whatever, the highest tier you could get, you would get a token to be able to fly it without paying any rec for 7 full in-game days. Like
Yeah, that was
the
the
hours
original.
had. Yeah, the original.
Before we move on real quick, I just want to talk about that glaive. That fucking thing is going for like $500 or $600 or more on eBay, right?
We're going to go ahead and.
That's silly.
Are we going to shove into gossip? Are we done with the news? Or
I was talking about the glaive, Clifford.
that's part of the gossip.
Oh,
This
okay.
is Clifford's piece.
All right. Clifford, that's Clifford's subtle way of saying it's my turn. Okay, go ahead,
Beat him
Clifford.
with the back scratcher.
Well, no, are we done with the news though? I mean,
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're done with it.
We're actually-
I'm
yeah,
done
we're-
with you, BoredGamer.
GG news.
Get the hell out.
GG.
Good job, BoredGamer. Thank you so much. Well done.
Thanks, Tomo. Give me a clap.
That was beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, round of applause. No. But no, as Dumbo was leading into, as far as like, that was the biggest thing. This is where, when the glaive came about, this is where the LTI reared its ugly head once again.
I wish they would
Because
do
of the
it.
fact that everybody started mass tweeting Ben or concierge out the wazoo. It's got 24 months insurance. This is the first time it's been offered. It should have LTI.
Yep.
You know, everybody's going crazy about this glaive. So, first off, anybody who had a ticket to Gamescom got a chance to get the glaive automatically through purchase. Period. Flat out. All they had to do was beat the waves. Beat the waves that was sitting there for them, basically. So they are allotted out from the original 1,000, because the original 1,000 were people who didn't get to go to Gamescom, so it would give them the opportunity to get the glaive. But then the owners of the original Vandal Scythe started raising their ugly heads, saying, "Hey, we have a Vandal Scythe. The Vandal was like an exclusive ship. It should have been exclusive to us. What are y'all going to do about us?" So then Ben and even Lando came back and said, okay, people who have the Vandal Scythe can either change it or pony it up to the glaive, or they have a free opportunity to buy the glaive on top of their scythe. So then they can own a scythe and a glaive, and then they're happy. So that was kind of the big controversy about, you know, and the kind of the gossip that kept going back and around was the damn, you know, glaive.
My biggest complaint is that they made it to where you could earn it through a buggy ass, distribution of the game. So
Terrible time.
Yeah.
Terrible ideal.
it should have been done doing it more stable. What they really probably should do is make it another event or something like that to give another people a try, because that was the frustrating part for a lot of people, is they couldn't even get the game to run right. So they missed out on their chance to get it.
Yeah, except for the Gamescom people, they have all the time in the world. As long as they beat the 18 waves, that glaive will be sitting in there to buy. They just have to get that achievement that unlocks it, basically, for them.
Well, the plus side of that was, even though it was crashing like shit, I bet you that server hasn't been tested like that ever. Probably
True.
Probably when it first came on Arena Commander, but everybody was on there trying to get that shit because they knew it was going to sell like hotcakes once they're out. Just like now, people thought it was stupid for Melton Mile Orion. But look, it's going for what, $550? Someone just said $750 on eBay. I mean, so I think it was a good investment. I could always go back for that damn Orion.
And then also on top
And
of
they
that,
say it ends on the 17th, real quick, before you. It's in 2 days, no matter what, you're done in 2 days.
what?
The 17th, that's it. GameStop people have to the 17th to get the glaive.
Okay,
But it's not permanent.
But even on top of that, though, they still have the endless opportunity to fly the glaive through the rec store as long as they beat the 18 waves. That is for certain. They've said that the glaive will unlock for anybody after they beat the 18 waves in
Like
rec.
forever?
And 35,000 rec. They got to have on top of that.
Yeah.
But that's forever, right?
Yeah, that's forever. Once you, because that's how I understood is that once you beat the 18 waves,
That's
it'll
what I thought.
unlock in the rec store, and then you can rent it as much as you like. Because
I'm like-
you,
Well, that sounds like that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, see, I'm like you, Miku. I've got wreck out the butthole, but I never use it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing I would use it for, is to get the specialty ships like that. So as
Oh.
long as they keep us able to rent it, as long as we beat the 18 waves, because I don't want to buy it.
yeah. Well, I've already bought it, so.
Of course you did, man. You probably got like six.
Well,
Maybe
no,
something
well-
else you can spend that rec on, though. That rec can go into the community
He's-
chest in the future.
He's pissed he
yeah,
couldn't get 2. That's what he's pissed
No,
about.
no, actually, I can get it too because I have a Vandal Scythe, so that unlocks another one for me.
Oh.
So actually, I
he
can
got
get
his
two.
2. There you go.
So
See, I got a theory. Look, so Star Citizen, if Star Citizen was a Bible, okay, we got Christ Roberts, our savior of space sims, and then Miku would be the Noah because he gets 2 of everything of all ships, and he's be the Noah of the Bible, of the Star Citizen Bible.
You think?
Build us an arc, Miku.
I came to the conclusion.
I think he'd be more like Pharaoh. Let my Miku go.
I will not let your ships go.
Oh,
we're
God.
going to hell. This is awesome.
I already live there. What are you kidding me? Look what happened to freaking getting this show going tonight. That was hell.
Yeah. But as far as I can make clear, that's, everybody should be able to have the opportunity, to fly the glaive as much as they want, as long as they beat and this was the misconception. You only had to get to the 18th wave. You didn't actually necessarily have to beat it. Because a lot of people were getting to the 18th wave and losing and still got it unlocked.
That's not true because I was on there. I don't know. I got disconnected. I don't know if that doesn't count or not, but I got disconnected at the 18th wave. It was one more ship left, and it didn't pop up on my account. Now I just flipped some shit. Yeah.
The curse of
You took the coffee table
1.1.6.
Oh, dude, I almost broke my keyboard. I had to calm down. Like, ugh.
Yeah, see, they haven't even changed it in the hangar. It still says 24-month insurance on the glaive.
It doesn't
So-
matter.
Next
Goddamn
week.
LTI, man. People, they're fucking whining.
I mean, but if you think about every ship that came out right away, first time, like the Redeemer, it wasn't in concept. It just went straight onto the store. They gave it a regular week to have LTI, then went right back to 24 months insurance. Same thing with the Gladiator. Well, Gladiator wasn't hangar ready, but they sold that first with LTI. They went back and changed it because people didn't know what you were getting with it, and it just automatically came with LTI.
LTI is such a waste of time, man. If you're a year or 2 years into the game that you've been playing every single day, and you can't afford to pay for your ship that just blew up, you've got some problems with spending.
See, now
I
this
say
is
fuck LTI.
this is my theory with LTI. I think it's somewhat like real life. How I think somewhere around 4 cars is manageable, right? In real life, you got 4 cars, you could somewhat manage that. When you go over that,
4
Wait a
cars.
minute.
hold on now. Look, I'm just saying. Some people may be rich, have 4 cars. That may be manageable. Like my parents, they got 4 cars. That's manageable. Anything that kind of goes over that is going to get ridiculous and start digging your pockets. Especially if you like Miku, got fucking 5, 6, 10 hangars full of ships.
Well-
That's going to get pricey.
He's
So,
got 9,000
I
ships right now, Miku does.
Well,
see,
that's
that's
what
when it's beneficial.
Well, that's the only thing that I've always saw. Okay, was that LTI is helpful to people who have right now. Currently, in my hangar, I got I think 95 ships. Okay.
What?
Now with those 95 ships,
Wasn't
okay,
joking.
even if they didn't have LTI, I don't have to insure them as long as I'm not using them and they just sit in the hangar. I don't have to pay for insurance on them.
Yeah,
They're
you're
just
not
gonna sit
blowing
there.
them up. Just like your car. If you have a collectible
Yeah.
car and you keep it in the garage all winter,
So
you don't pay
that's
insurance on it.
Yeah. So that's your way around of paying extra money that you're not needing to pay for right now because it's not being used. Now, if all of them are constantly being used, that's a different story. Then I can see LTI being viable for somebody who has a bunch of ships. If they're constantly say for instance, Ruben, which is he's a real famous guy. He's spent about as much as I have on the game, or more, actually more. And he bought mainly all his ships for his entire org to use, okay? And they're going to be using them heavily. So LTI is more helpful to him because they're going to be constantly out
No,
being used.
no.
No,
You don't
You
so?
rent it, you break it, you buy it.
If it's a nice guy, you may not want to do that to his
Wait a
you know?
minute.
Yeah.
Miku, did you say you had 95 ships?
Yeah,
I'm
he's going to
still
buy
stuck on
5
that,
ships
way
tonight
back.
before the show's
Where
over,
have
so
you
he's
been,
even
Grayheaded
100.
Gamer? Yeah,
Yeah, he's the man.
Holy
He's the shit man.
Shit.
that's why I called him Noah.
Miku,
That was
Miku,
cool.
I don't know what the problem is. He hasn't got 100 now. Clifford, why don't you buy 5 ships real quick, just so we can even it out?
I
Yeah,
got
do it.
exactly. I got 93 ships.
Oh,
To
then
be
you need
exact, 93
yeah,
ships.
7
I was
ships.
trying to
And-
like 3.
Bison based retaliators. Just do it now, Clifford. Go on.
Yeah, come on, Grayheaded Gamer. You gotta step your game up, man. You gotta get some more ships, dude.
Holy shit. Miku,
And these
you're
are
like a dude.
listen, Grayheaded Gamer. These are not 95. What are the little snub fighters? The
Like Merlin?
Merlin. This isn't 95 Merlins. This is like 95 Idris.
Well, it's
Here's the
I guess the bulk of it. I guess you would say 2 javelins, 5 Idrises is like the major
We don't have
money,
enough
probably.
real-life friends to fill one Idris. Come on.
Yeah,
He is Noah.
he is.
All praise
Oh,
Miku.
He's more like Pharaoh. We're all his slaves.
I wish I could catch up to his ball nasty. You should be Clifford get money. You see, you're past me. You surpassed me, man.
We're
Look,
just gonna call
no,
you
no, no.
Gio
See, no, no, no. The different. No, no, no. Hold on.
Yeah,
The difference is he's Clifford had money. It's completely different than GioGetMoney.
Oh, shit.
Hashtag Clifford for Noah.
Yeah, Clifford for Noah. Clifford for life.
How are we looking on time, Gummo?
I got a little countdown time. We're at 23 minutes, so we can keep moving.
Oh shit, move on.
The next one, or what?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Are we done? We're
That-
done with the
that's
gossip.
about- yeah, that's about
I thought
it
we were going to
on
talk about
people.
what Chris Roberts is using for whitening for his teeth. Wasn't this the gossip stuff we're talking about? Sandy's new outfit.
That
No.
would be in the crosshairs, man. When we're going
These
into the greater
butt-floss.
details.
Okay, the crosshairs is definitely going to be interesting. Now let's go to the end of the crosshairs. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. This would be Bored. You wanted to talk about this, right?
Well, I mean, I've already talked about the 1.1.6 curse, which is my main into the crosshairs. I think Clifford was gonna.
Well,
was gonna bring
actually,
something up here.
Gio prepared this one because I figured he could start off. Gio, you want to talk about your buddy, Mr. Derek Smart?
Now I don't know who that guy is. I know I did an interview with a dude named Derek Fart, the dickhead that hates on Christ Roberts.
Yeah.
His game is a shitty, free-to-play game, and he had to use the Star Citizen platform to promote his shitty game. So
Tell us how you really feel.
Pretty sad.
Which isn't offered on Steam no more, other than the DLC parts.
Ah,
Guys, I'm
unbelievable.
Should we give a little background on what the hell's going on? Because somebody might not know what that we're talking about.
Okay, so Derek Smart.
Not Shart. That's when you shit and fart at the same time.
Well, yeah, he makes
No,
shitty
that's
games,
right.
so that's why I
That's
called him
right.
Okay,
Shark.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
So he basically he's been hating for months. By the way, I seen him like a few months ago. He was promoting his game. I clicked on his Facebook profile.
Mm-hmm.
He was all on the Star Citizen page. That's why when I heard his name come up again, I'm like, man, he sounds familiar. He was writing on every comment post like, yeah, my game is done. It's better than this game. I clicked on it seen a while ago. But anyways, he's been hating on Star Citizen, basically saying that the game's not going to live up to the hype. And because he can't do it, he doesn't have the right team. He has to hate on the Star Citizen community because he wants all of us to go check out his shitty game that looks like a Nintendo 64 game.
It looks
by the
bad.
way.
It looks really
Yeah,
bad.
No. Let's not insult the Nintendo 64 here.
True. Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry. Well, even Flappy Birds looks better than this bullshit. So, I mean, when you can't beat him, you have to join. So he joined the Star Citizen. He bought a package, and now all of a sudden he's bitching about.
Well,
that
he was original backer in the Kickstarter
yeah.
days. Yeah.
He
Yeah,
backs
digital back-
every space game. He backs every space game
He
on
tried to
Kickstarter.
learn something, is what it was.
Yeah. So he bought a $250 little package.
Yeah, basically, and then he actually, from what I heard, I think Wingman said back in the day, not Wingman, Wing Commander days, that he was hating on them back in the day, saying that they were stealing ideals from him.
Yeah, he was
yeah,
emailing
Wing-
Chris. Yeah.
Yes, Wingman had said that. Yeah, because he even chimed in on it, even though it was a short chime. That saying, yeah, in the past he basically hated on Chris Roberts and Eric back in the day when they were building the Wing Commander game, saying he was stealing ideas and stuff from him originally. So this is nothing new for him to go after, them.
He's just a controversy troll. He literally wants to create controversy to stir up social media so he gets more stuff. And he's doing it just to promote his games, to promote his platform, and to promote his brand. And Derek Smart's brand is I am controversy.
Well, he doesn't have a promotion budget, so he has to do what he has to do. He sucks. So if he has to bring controversy, that's the only promotion budget he has.
He kind of reminds you of a person that comes up with an idea after somebody else has done something, makes it doesn't come out as good as the thing that he was trying to copy, and then is using, like, just stomping his feet and making a big deal out of it because his thing will never be as good,
I don't think he sees it that way. I think he honestly thinks his games are great. I honestly do.
They're
I've read his
terrible.
stuff. He honestly thinks they are genius and beautiful and amazing, and he has no ability to see that his games are not.
Well, then
liked by
that is
people.
where ultimately where all this is coming from, is he's got some kind of psychological disorder.
He does.
Yeah.
He is mental. That's no. If you read every single one of his blog posts, it gets worse and worse every blog post. He is seriously deranged.
He's got
There's
some
no
issues.
doubt about it.
He should probably get some medication or something.
His
By the
wife-
way, me and Cliffy are both blocked from that ass hat because I gave him a fucking mental smackdown. So
I
he
got
blocked
banned.
me. I don't know why. Oh, you got. Oh, that's 3 people on this podcast who's been blocked from this shithead because he can't handle the truth. So I mean, it just goes to show you what you're dealing with.
Well, see, me and Moomasher, which is he plays on AMD and stuff, and does a lot of stuff for AMD.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we were just having a conversation back and forth about his game on Twitter, and we both had watched the reviews on the videos on how terrible it was. And just for a final conversation of him having the tag of his name in our conversation, he automatically blocked both of us. And we went to his, and we did one of those, 1 minute, 1 minute email deals, so you could switch your Twitter account to go see what he had posted. He goes, haha, I can block anybody I want. The wonders of Twitter, blah, 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 blah. Like a little kid, screaming out on top of his lungs. And, I have to commend Ben Lesnick and them for giving the money, giving him his
Right. Yeah, we didn't
back.
mention that because he was going to sue Star Citizen because
Yes.
it didn't meet the what was originally agreed to in the original
Good try.
Kickstarter. And so he was going to sue them. And when there's a little loophole in Kickstarter that you can get if you back anything, they can refund your money to you at any point. At any point. And that's what
But
he
then
did.
he said it's not about the money. He said he didn't want his money back. Then
I'm
what-
sure because he wants to sue him. If he gets his money back, he can't sue him anymore.
Publicity.
Yeah.
He said it's not
That's
about the
all he
money.
wants.
That's all
Well,
it is.
he couldn't have sued anyway because he never asked for a refund. He never asked for a refund ever, and that's what the next thing was. He said, I never wanted a refund. I didn't want to sue. He was very, very cagey about anything he said. He was like, oh, other people want to sue. I'm just giving them advice. He was very much to say, like, you can't sue me because you'll get the smackdown. So, and I know that they can't sue me, and I know everything that I say is true because I know. And if you don't agree with me, then you're a gay fish. That's what someone just put in the chat.
Gay fish. Fish
Well, I
sticks.
mean-
Gay fish.
He's a gay fish.
It's also true. I mean, because there's been other people I've talked to who tried to give actual good criticism on the game, on his game that they played. Okay, literally, they played his game and we're trying to give him honest feedback, and he automatically blocked them on Steam.
Yeah,
and they're asking him, "Why are you blocking me? You want information? You're asking for our feedback, and we give you feedback, and you block us. Why?"
He don't want that. He don't want that.
He doesn't.
doesn't
Yeah.
want feedback. He wants you to say, "Oh my God, you are the god of videos." That's what he wants to hear. He is psycho, dude.
He did respond to that, Clifford. He responded to that saying, I don't want shit feedback. I remember reading that. He literally said, I
Shit
don't
feedback.
want shit feedback.
Yeah.
And what Domo's playing right now on Twitch is the little interview that one of I think it's GameStar had with Chris Roberts. And I loved how he asked him, what'd you do, steal his lunch money or something? Because that's how he's acting,
Yeah.
and Chris made some good statements. I mean, here, let me
Class
read
act.
one of his class act statements here, and it was a really good one. He goes, "I try not to get into any of that. I think people who talk about other people's work, I don't know what to say other than if someone spent as much energy focusing on their own stuff, maybe people would like their own stuff better. I don't particularly pay much attention to him because it seems like the more people pay attention to him, I think in the end of the day, the game is going to speak for itself. The content speaks for itself."
All right. So real quick, Mr. Sills asked a question. I'm not really usually reading the chat in this because we're doing this as a closed sort of podcast. But he asked, why even talk about him? It sounds like a waste of breath. Because
It's
prior
important.
to this point, all Star Citizen demos or whatever were about an hour long. Okay, they just basically showed, this is what we're doing new. Here's the FPS module. Here's Arena Commander. We're showing you something new. Blah blah blah. It was pretty much, boring. After this thing happened with Derek Smart, they go to Gamescom and come up with a 5-hour presentation about the game, showing us everything. So
With innovative stuff at that.
innovative stuff like warping or jumping with a whole full crew on the ship, and those people are actually in the ship as it goes from point A to point B. That is amazing. It's never been done before.
And
those
multiple ships jumping as well.
Yep.
capital ships jumping.
Compartmentalized instancing. That
Yep.
is amazing.
Yep, and
And you could be on Planet Side without paying $60 fucking for a DLC.
That too.
you got to do a little Elite Dangerous dig there.
You could pay $45 to get in and do all this shit.
Yeah. But the thing is it just showed some really amazing stuff, and that's why we're talking about Derek Smart right now, because in all of his foibles and everything like that, he did give us some of his antics gave us some of the best footage we've seen so far of this game, and so it's really good.
Look, he gave that push to that team. I mean, the team was probably already hyped from us, but when you get a certain hater, they'll give you that look. Like Michael Jordan, he used to like. Even if a dude looked at him the wrong way, he used to take that fuel and turn it to something positive, and that's why he got 6 rings. He was three-peating. He took those haters and just shut them down. And that's basically what Chris Roberts and the team did, because when I was watching that stream, it was a lot of hate going on. But the moment that multi-crew came on, it was crickets. You didn't hear a damn thing, because what can you say?
Some groups that I belong to, some large streamer groups that I'm part of that I won't mention, have been knocking this game forever. And they were all. I was actually on my way out the door. I couldn't watch the Star Citizen thing because I had family visiting from Germany, and so I was like in and out the house all day that day, so I couldn't watch. But right before I walked out the door, they're like, "Holy crap! Did that just happen?" And right now I'm showing it on the screen, the multi-crew part, and they were like, "Yeah, that's amazing." And they could see the collective mouths were dropped open in this chat. They were all like, "I can't believe that this is actually happening." And so that was like that's what I'm saying. So this was a huge kick in the ass, and it worked out for the best for everybody, I believe.
Well, and also, you know, not hating on, you know, Elite Dangerous at all by all means, because I mean they had pictures of where they were hugging each other, you know, the SIG devs and the Elite Dangerous devs, you know, with James Pugh, is the fact that this was actually them playing in the game and not just some, oh, we're going to just show this, you know, cart driving on the planet's surface and skidding out and then that's it. You don't see much of the gameplay. You know, you're actually, you know, EVAing to another ship. You're actually, this is all real time. You're seeing it, whether there's a glitch here or there, you're seeing it just play out as it is, you know, laid out before you.
And that brings up a good point, too. With it being an alpha, it running this good, now a lot of people are expecting, like, you know, a finished game quality, but this was an alpha reveal, and it ran that good? Can you imagine?
The level of detail just blows my mind.
I mean, it was in very, very controlled circumstances. Let's not blow this out of proportion. It looks amazing. It's going to be great.
It was local land.
Yeah, it was very controlled.
But still, it worked.
Yeah, it worked. Yeah. It worked, and they did it twice because it worked differently to what they expected, which speaks great volumes for that engine.
Right. So it wasn't completely scripted. It was, you know, it was an actually functioning game segment. You know, it wasn't like it was like, you know, they filmed it all. Like, same as you, Miku. I love Elite Dangerous. Their trailer they released was a lot of video, you know, and a lot of people made little trailers saying this doesn't happen in game, this doesn't happen in game. But I love Elite Dangerous, you know, everything about it. But with this Star Citizen thing, this was 100%. It either goes good or it doesn't, and it was live. So they were taking
huge risk,
the biggest chance they could by showing this 100% live. And Chris wanted that. He didn't want to show a video, and that speaks volumes.
Major volumes. Yep. Way more.
Red one, Jared. Red one.
All right, we actually we do have to skip on. We only got 10 minutes left to go through our last things, and we still have to do questions. So.
All right, let's go.
Yep. Go ahead.
So we're going to the next segment, right?
Yep.
Ultimate
next segment.
Dimension?
Boom.
Okay. All right. You can pronounce the game better than I can because I always mess it up, Domo.
Empyrean. Yep.
The space survival game, which a lot of people out there have been yearning for No Man's Sky to come out because they want to that quick interaction of between you and the planet, crafting and back to orbit and go to another planet. You know, and that's something that Star Citizen is going to bring, you know, down the road, but people are so hungry for it now. They want it now. And that's why everybody's hyped up about No Man's Sky. So all of a sudden, here comes this game, Imperium, you know, Galactic Survival, which takes a little bit of like the space engineers aspect and the Minecraft aspect and puts it together to where you can fly down to a planet, or you're actually crash land on a planet, build your little base, you know, kill what you need to kill, gather what you need to gather, and go from that planet to another planet and vice versa, and build in space and etc. You know, it's crude at the moment because it's still really fun to play. But as far as like the graphics and everything, it is still, you know, a crude level. It's not that No Man's Sky level or Star Citizen or even Elite Dangerous level. But still, it's a fun game, and a lot of people who've just been getting into it is having a lot of fun with it because they're like, yay, I can actually go to that planet up there now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what people are so yearning for. And also, it has a multi-crew aspect. When you're playing with a friend, they can get in your ship with you and go into space. And I think that game right there is bringing, you know, and we'll be talking about this more and more in future Starcast deals because somebody made a good comment earlier in the week that this is the new zombie genre. You know, when zombie games started coming up and they started exploding like
Yep.
now all of a sudden it's space games.
And it's all Star Citizen's fault.
It is. It's indeed
Yes.
all of their fault.
Because
People
like
showed that
5
there
years
was money.
ago, you said if anybody said, "Hey, I want to make a space game," they'll be like, "Fuck off, space games." Are you kidding me?
Yeah, John was
That's
there.
why Christ Roberts raised from the grave, the Sim grave, and brought Space Sims back. Simple as that.
What chapter is that?
13
Genesis.
verse 6.
Genesis 13 verse 6.
Deuteronomy.
Yeah, Jesus.
Deuteronomy. Yes.
So, yeah, it's cool. I'm really looking forward. There was another one too, Clifford. There was a new exoplanet. You want to talk about that one real quick?
I don't think I've gotten a chance to play that one.
No, it's
yet.
not out yet. It's a Kickstarter. It just started. It's going to be Fallout plus Red Dead Redemption in space.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. It's I'm showing it right now on this.
That sounds a little bit like Firefly to me.
It kind of has a Firefly feel to it, but right now I believe, as far as I know, it's only a first-person RPG. So it's a little bit like Fallout 3.
But I'm still tingling.
Yeah.
That's a good concept.
It is,
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. I remember seeing that. It's where you're basically where you wake up, crash landed on a planet, and you got to survive.
Spaghetti Western in space. Woo!
Yeah, really.
Sounds dope. I gotta check that out. I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, and they really don't.
Ricky.
They don't really want much money for it. They only want to raise $45,000. That's not bad.
See, I'll
talk about
support indies
Everspace.
because I hate publishers. Basically, I still buy some of the publishers' games, but I'm pretty much like all indie now, man.
Everspace Kickstarter.
Oh my god,
what?
Everspace, man.
Everspace. Yes. Beautiful rogue style. Beautiful. Did I mention it's beautiful?
Unreal 4 engine, and it looks amazing. It's going to be single-player roguelike kind of game.
Pause for a second. I work professionally playing video games, and I hear roguelite thrown around all the time, and I still can't figure out what the fuck roguelite means. Does it mean I get to be all stealthy and wear a cape?
This is not WoW, Domo.
Yeah. I can't backstab people?
Unforgiving single-player with pickups that you then lose when you die.
Yeah, and you die, but you start back over with everything you've earned before to make your next start even, I won't say easier, but it makes it, you can start over. Oh, I'm talking about BoredGamer, damn it. It is amazing.
So you make progression through the game, which then unlocks other stuff for when you die and respawn.
Okay.
And you respawn at a start
Because I've
of the
seen
game.
2D
It's all
games
Game
called
Pass.
roguelike and stuff, and I'm just...
They keep saying, you will die. Don't get mad when you die, because you
Why don't they just call it, Demon Souls-like or something?
Well, basically, you're basically building up your ship. You die, you're building it more, and you get further every time you build
Every
up more
time
and more and more.
Okay.
And all the quest lines and all, it's all dynamic, so it's all changes. So you're not playing the same game over and over every time. But they say you'll get to a certain point and you'll die. You'll start back over, you'll get a little bit further, you'll die.
This is quite a beautiful game
this.
here. This Everspace looks great.
I looked at this and went, this is a game I want to play in an arcade.
This one here?
Oh, yeah.
It's very high motion, pew-pewy.
Yeah,
Oh,
very
God.
pew-pewy. 100 times pew-pewy.
Yeah, it's kind of like also, and I don't mean to bring it up again, but it's almost like No Man's Sky 2, how Sean Murray was talking about his space fighting. When you're in space fighting, he wanted to make it very arcadey, very pew-pew, like when you go in there, it's easy to jump in your ship, get it there, and get into combat. And that's what this seems like as far as the ease of use of getting into combat. If you're a guy out there who's kind of competitive and just wants to get into pew-pew-pew constantly, like Arena Commander, there you go.
Yes.
Look at the assets they've already got. Look at them. Look at how beautiful
I know,
they are.
it's just beautiful. That's the crazy thing about this game. It's so pretty. And I'm all about that whole
Yeah, I'm a graphics whore.
fidelity thing.
Yeah, me too. Okay, guys, we only have 4 minutes left. We should ask at least one question. Let me go look at the question sheet real quick and see if we got any good ones here. All right, this is going to be our only question. It's a kind of a controversial one. What do we think? This one comes from Alec. Do you think it's better with or without Sandy on around the verse? I think Ben does a much...
I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in trouble.
No, by all means, tell us what you think. Go.
I think that Sandy has aspirations. First off, let me start over. I love Sandy. She has aspirations to be an actress.
Well, she was in a couple movies, naked in one of them as well. Giggity.
Oh, where's my lotion? Oh, damn, that's the mustard. Shit.
But the problem is, Ben, when he's by himself on Around the Verse, is amazing. And he has like a flow to it. And I love him. He's a cuddly teddy bear. I'm sorry. She's very awkward. I love you, Sandy. If you watch this, God, don't think less of me. I love you.
No, Ricky, you're wrong. I'm sorry, you're wrong, because the awkwardness that Ben Lesnick and Sandy share is beautiful. It is the most awkward thing ever. Anytime they do anything, and it's amazing.
I think because that's a British thing. I think that we like to watch the awkwardness and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you, Grayheaded Gamer. Like, it gets so cringy. Like the Empire Report, the other dude, he nails it. Like, it seems like legit news. Then Sandy comes in there and just cringes it out. And I love Sandy. I do. I love what she does. But, like, it gets so cringy when she's around. I don't know what it is. It's just a cringe fest when she's around.
We love
We love her. But we love her.
We do. We do love you, Sandy. Like, we love you. We got the sticks coming in, and you're doing all the other shit and getting the merchandise in the store.
Dude,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I mean, if Sandy's not doing so great on Around the Verse, I haven't watched him in a while. So, but she does an amazing job of marketing. She's like a marketing genius.
Oh, yeah, she's a beast.
Yeah.
Definitely on that.
Oh, yeah, and stick with that. Stick with that. You're good at that. You are not an actress, my love. I love you,
Jesus.
Sandy. You're not an actress.
Grayheaded Gamer.
Did y'all ever see the video where she was going to do this? It was on Indiegogo. It's called the Dollhouse or the Dollhouse. She was playing a character on that, and I could actually link y'all to YouTube later.
Link.
Linker didn't happen.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Is she naked in this?
No, she's not. But she's wearing the same.
Come on, I want to use my mustard.
She's wearing the same outfit that she wore on the Empire Report. Believe it or not.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so hot.
But he wants to put mustard on his hot dog.
By the way, Sandy, you are absolutely beautiful, and I don't mean that in a very creepy way. You're beautiful. Just stick with the promoting. Stick with the merchandise. I would like to see Darren Borlick.
She was playing the actress Meet Sunny. Her name was Miss Sunny on this YouTube web deal, and it was on Indiegogo. Here, I'm going to post it in Skype.
You said Miss Crazy?
I totally disagree with Ricky. You literally need to work with Ben Lesnick more when you go to, if you ever want to be an actress properly, go with Ben Lesnick to that, because you'll act so awkwardly. You should be a pair. You should be a pair all the time.
They're a pair.
Okay. I can go with that.
All right, guys, let's get ready to get out of here. I just want to do a couple little housekeeping things. Remember, this is going to be up on iTunes. I will have a link available. It'll be up on YouTube as well. When it's on YouTube, underneath YouTube will be a link that you can click on to go directly to iTunes and download it there. It's a free podcast. I'm only going to have, from this point on, we'll be putting them up, but prior to this, I only have one episode up because it's really hard to put the 2-hour ones up there is really difficult. But yeah, we're back, and so we're planning on doing this every week. And so make sure that if you'd like to find out more, make sure you go to my channel, geekdomo.com. I'm saying this sort of because this may be watching us in the video later on. We have a calendar link that you guys can see what guests we're going to have on what week, and also when if the show changes times or whatever, you'll have all that information on the calendar. So !Starcast in chat will tell you about the calendar. All right, so thank you so much, everybody, tonight. We're going to be here in about 2 minutes. I'm going to turn the stream off and restart it back up again, and we're going to do after the stream, after the cast, and we can talk about whatever, and we can just chat with you guys in the chat. So,
after hours.
After hours.
Can I get a beer for that?
You can totally get a beer.
Oh my God,
thank you so much, Gio, for being here tonight. BoredGamer,
baby bottle.
Grayheaded Gamer, Clifford. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
Later, guys.
Bye-bye.